teenager pa ako, I had this prayer to God. Sabi ko, Lord, gusto ko yung i-date ko, siya na yung papakasalan ko. Just protect me from guys who are not for me.
2 days prior to my coming to Manila, for my enrollment, my pastor, biglang dumating sa bahay. And sabi niya sa akin, Mike, you're going to Manila to study. You're a student, yun yung priority mo. So sabi niya, it's okay to be friends with the opposite sex but no girlfriends. So never ako nagkaroon ng girlfriend during college days.
Sa Ateneo kasi, ako yung one of the founding members of the NBSB Club, the No Boyfriend Since Birth Club. Kasi alam ko nga talaga that God has a plan for my life and because I wanted to preserve myself. At the same time, sabi ko kay God, may condition ako eh. Ateneo nag-high school, tapos UP nag-college. Ayoko ng Tagalasal.
Yung mga katangian na hinahanap ko sa magiging asawa ko, godly woman, woman of character, then excellent talaga. The number 2, someone that I'm really so attracted to also. Gusto ko rin na intellect-wise, someone who will challenge me. Kasi sabi ko, dapat yung papahirapan ako.
Gusto ko marunong magluto, magaling magpiano, gusto ko cool, gusto ko syempre godly, yung love talaga si God. So it was a list of 60 qualities. I never thought I would find it in just one person.
Nanaginip ako one time, then may boses ng lalaki. Sabi niya, Mary Jenny. And natatakot ako because the only Jenny that I knew at that time was our house help, yung katulong namin. Parang stalker eh.
At 27, I was so happy with my life. I was happy with my career. I was happy with my personal life. And then one night, I remember praying to God. Sabi ko, Lord, I really want to marry the person that you have for me. At that time, I made that prayer. I had the peace and assurance na I know that He will have a wonderful surprise for me. In Victory Christian Fellowship, I met this friend. One time, nag-usap lang kami. Sabi ko, paano ka napunta sa church na to? Who invited you? And then sabi niya, oh, si Cookie invited me. Sabi ko, talaga? Cookie? How come I don't see her here? Sabi niya, oh no, Cookie is a guy. He's in the province now, that's why you don't see him here. So for some reason, talagang dumikit sa utak ko that there's this guy in church named Cookie.
Sa Ateneo de Zamboanga, dalawa kaming Michael Paul. And one time, nangangailangan sila ng sakristan and biglaan, sabi ng pare, I baptize you Cookie from now on.
I was in my car on my way to church. Meron ako nakasama nun. Pagbaba niya sa lobby sumigaw siya. Sabi niya, inakap niya yung guy. Sabi niya, Cookie! Yung pala friend niya yun. Tapos sabi ko kay God, hala Lord, baka siya na yung guy na piniprepare niyo for me. Ayoko siya makita. Baka pangit.
I came to Manila to join one of the first singles retreat of our church, sa Victory. Wala akong kamuang-muang that there is this Jenny who is already scrutinizing me.
A day after, I saw him again. It was sports fest. He was playing volleyball. So sabi ko, Lord, cute naman yata siya. Pero sabi ko at the back of my mind, siguro layogenic lang yung cute pag malayo. Pero at that time, parang na-sense ko na there's something special about this guy. Na parang I sense that he loves God very much and he's a very gentle person. I told myself na siguro parang ganyan yung gusto kong mapangasawa. If this is the person that you want for me, Lord, sana may mag-introduce sa amin. Unfortunately, nobody introduced us during the retreat. The next day was the last session of the retreat. Medyo na-late yung kasama ko, kaya late din akong pumasok dun sa session hall. Gusto ko sa harap ako. Tamang-tama yung pastor, before it started, nagsalita siya. Sabi niya, oh, there are still seats in front. Maybe some of you would want to transfer. Pag-land ko sa table, pagtingin kong ganun, nandun siya. And it was Cookie. And at that time, the topic was, God is our good shepherd. Sabi nung pastor, God is the one who will lead you to your mate. And at that time, naisip ko na, God, parang meron kayatang plan for Cookie and me.
The first time na na-meet ko siya, very vague. Parang I just knew that I met a person on the last day.
But I never forgot about him. Pero naisip ko, imposible naman kasi he's from Zamboanga, I'm from Manila. When we got introduced, it didn't seem like he was interested in me. But at the same time, when I pray, I would have this feeling that God wanted him for me. I remember just one day, I just had this feeling na I will see him again. True enough, the next day, I went to the prayer meeting. But the first person I saw when I entered the room was him.
So I came to Manila at that time to look for a job. And I also came to this church meeting.
What I don't know at that time was he came here because he wanted to court somebody. Nag-uusap kami ng isang friend ko, tapos na-mention ko nga si Michael, si Cookie, ganyan. Sabi niya, oh, alam mo ba kung bakit siya titira na dito? Kasi he's courting this girl and they're about to get engaged soon. Siyempre, when I heard that, I was sad. Kasi akala ko nga God wanted us for each other. And the next day, December 13, I woke up and read my Bible. And in the book of Esther, there's a verse there that says, on the 13th day of the 12th month, God will turn the day of slaughter of the Israelites into a day of celebration. I did not understand it at that time, but I knew that God was speaking to me. I remember talking to another friend. Tapos nakwento ko nga na there's this guy that I like na pinagpipray ko, pero may engaged na siya. Tapos sabi niya, teka, alam mo ba, ako rin, may pinagpipray ako na guy. Tapos dapat ikakasal siya last December, pero hindi natuloy yung kasal. Sabi niya, if you think this is from God, you have to fight for your destiny. You have to pray to God. So that time, na-encourage ako nung sinabi ng friend ko, naisip ko rin, I don't want that to happen even to my worst enemy. So sabi ko, I'll just forget about Cookie. Tamang-tama, lumipat siya ng ibang branch ng church namin. Eventually, he moved back to Zamboanga, so I forgot all about him. Before I turned 30, I remember waking up and just praying, God, I pray na sana makilala ko na yung mapapangasawa ko. That night, I went to the prayer meeting. I saw him again there after 2 long years of not seeing him. Tamang-tama, a common friend of ours invited me to a dinner, and this time we were introduced.
Jen did not know this at that time, pero I had just gotten disengaged 2 months earlier. And this time, I remembered her.
Sabi ko, oh no, Lord, naalala ko yung prayer ko that morning. Baka ito na nga talaga yung person.
Nakilala ko na yung name na Jennifer Caspe. Then one time, nabasa ko sa Inquirer. So sabi ko, uy, kilala ko tong writer na to. I emailed her, then I congratulate. Sabi ko, uy, Jen, nabasa ko yung article mo. That was the time we really started communicating.
Naging close kami 2004, December, because we went out to dinner with friends and afterwards we had coffee. Naglast yun hanggang 3 in the morning. And then I remembered God's promise years and years ago that on December 13, He will turn the day of slaughter into a day of celebration.
What Jen didn't know at the time was that December 13, 2003, my ex-fiancé flew to the US and that was the last time I saw her again.
So we became good friends and there were so many discoveries na yung mga pinag-pray ko, yung height niya, 5'6" and 3/4, yung nag-aral pala siya sa Ateneo and then he graduated in UP and then he knows how to cook. He even is speaking in church. He's one of the leaders in church. So I was so happy na, Lord, wow, parang yung mga pinag-pray ko, finufulfill mo in this person.
We now began to have the same group of friends. We go out together, getting to know each other in a very healthy way. There was a time, nagtrabaho siya sa China, so but in contact pa rin kami sa chat. I really enjoyed chatting with her. We even quarreled over the internet.
Maganda naman yung relationship namin, but we were just friends. So I said, Lord, ang tagal ko ng friend to Sabi ko, Lord, I think I need to set a deadline to prove if he's really the one for me. By August 1, if he hasn't done anything to show that he likes me, I will just stop entertaining him. Surprisingly, a few days before my deadline, he asked me out, and it's just the 2 of us.
That time when we had our date, she was wearing this parang diagonally striped blue dress. Hindi ko makalimutan. It was so perfect. She was just so beautiful, gorgeous. I'm from Zamboanga and I love climbing the mountains and hiking and swimming sa river. There was one time kakaulan lang, malalim yung tubig. Tumalon pa rin ako at lumangoy against the current, so swimming. Then lumabas ako, parang walang fun eh. Then suddenly, God just spoke to me na it's no fun being alone, no? Right there and then instantly, I knew Jen would be the perfect wife for me. May singles retreat ulit sa Zamboanga. I treated her with round-trip tickets. Yung plano ko kasi the moment she stepped Zamboanga. Hatid ko siya kagad sa isang beach resort. While we are swimming, that's the time I will tell her that she's so special and that I'd like to court her.
When he took me to the beach, tapos walang katao-tao, and he was forcing me to swim. Sabi ko, okay. Siguro may pinaghahandaan to.
So while we were swimming, langoy pa rin siya ng langoy. Then I had to repeat several times to get her attention kasi langoy ng langoy. Jen, I wouldn't allow you to get out of this water until I tell you this. You're really special to me. Then I'd like to court you. So sabi niya sa akin, choose one. Ha? Sabi ko, ano yan? Choose one finger daw.
Anybody who wants to court me, I would really give him a challenge. Gumawa talaga ako ng mga torture para pahirapan yung guy. Nakaisip ako ng 4. Yun nga, mental torture, physical torture, emotional torture, or spiritual torture.
So, pinili ko yung isang finger. Sabi ko ito. Then sabi niya, okay, memorize Matthew 5. Sabi ko, game! When I went home, di ko alam, pagbukas ko ng Bible, lagot. Ang haba, 48 verses.
Gusto ko talaga siya pahirapan. Matthew 5 is the Beatitudes. And years ago, I have memorized those verses. So ginawa ko, nilabas ko yung Bible ko, tapos naglabas ako ng video camera. Sine-check ko habang nagre-recite siya, kung tama yung nire-recite niya. Grabe, perfect. Speechless. Galing.
Here's the case. The ring is going to be my engagement and I hope she says yes. As early as December, I was already holding the ring. Pina-engrave ko na yung ring 168 because I planned to propose January 6, 2008. I really had a problem because full yung mga flights coming to Manila.
Sabi ko, don't worry, God will give you a ticket. I'm sure you're gonna be here by January 5. And I did not know that he was gonna propose. Kaya pala ganun siya ka-worried at that time.
One night, it was January 3, I attended a party. Then doon sa party na yun, may nag-recommend. Sabi ng tao na to, Mike, may travel agency ka. Sabi ng kaibigan ko, can you rebook my ticket? Nakita ko yung date ng flight niya was January 5. Sabi ko, Lord, ito yung answered prayer. So, yung ticket na hindi sa pangalan ko and airline rules, hindi ko pwede gamitin yung ticket na yun. I had to beg and speak to the manager. Sabi ko, ito nga yung engagement ring, naka-engrave na 168. Kinilig yung manager. So, answered prayer, grace to God, I was able to fly that day.
So finally, he was able to propose on 168 in Island Cove on the very same room where we first sat beside each other 6 years ago.
You read?
红着你嫁给我好吗
Then,
Oh. Wait lang.
translation is, Jenny, will you marry me?
I'll take a picture first. I got to know God more through this experience, and I learned that when God gives a word, when He gives a promise, He fulfills it to the letter. So it really pays to wait on Him, on His perfect timing.
There's really nothing like it when God does it His way.